from Churchland High School, Channel 5 presents Group AAA Eastern Regional Tournament Semifinals. The Kecoughtan Warriors versus the Maury Commodores. Good evening, everybody. I'm Tim Cole, along with Bob Hintz. Welcome you to Churchland High School for this game between the 24-1 Kecoughtan Warriors and the 19-5 Maury Commodores. And the Maury Commodores are no stranger to us, and they're not a stranger to Kecoughtan either, are they?
No, and they're not a stranger to being in the Eastern Regional Playoff. They're the only team, Tim, that beat the Bookers that we just got done watching. This is a good team. They're very good defensively. Jack Baker does a great job, but he's got his work cut out tonight because he's got two great inside men in Vershawn Ely and Faisal Abraham that he's got to try to stop. And if he falls inside against them, he's got good outside shooters he's got to watch out. Morocco Brown and Tony Jordan.
The Kecoughtan Warriors have only lost one game this season. That was to Highland Springs. That was way back in December of 1991, last year. So the Kecoughtan Warriors are riding a crest right now, but they will have their hands full. But as we talked about, you and I off camera, Maury is going to have to battle these two big men for Revis Conrad's team.
They really will. Kecoughtan's got superior inside game, and if they play inside out, which means that they'll punch the ball inside, make the Maury Commodores go inside, and then kick it back out if the shot's not there. They got good outside shooters. Like Kecoughtan's going to win the game. Maury's got to take Kecoughtan out of their game plan to win the game tonight.
Now Maury does have a good big man. Joe Smith is his name. Sounds like just your every kind of guy, Joe, but he is a big gun for Maury, and of course he is 6'8", so they got to put one big man on him, but that mismatch with the other big man will be the Kecoughtan's favor.
Definitely will, Tim.
All right, we're going to be back here. Actually, we're going to stay right here. We're going to be giving you the starting lineups for tonight's game, the second semifinal game in the Group AAA Regionals, the Kecoughtan Warriors and the Maury Commodores.
Semi-final game. Now, second and final game this evening will put the 19-5 Commodores on Maury High School.
Beautiful Churchland High School's new facility seats about 4,300 people, and there are just about a capacity crowd on hand, although I personally am somewhat disappointed not to see the place totally packed.
Well, some of the people may have left, Tim, that were here earlier for the Booker T. Hampton game. But there had to be at least 4,000 here tonight.
All right, we invite you now to join us in the playing of our national anthem. The Kecoughtan Warriors will be the home team for this contest. They have the better seating of the two teams. And the first of the Maury Commodores to be introduced, Terrace Harmon. For the Kecoughtan Warriors, number 32, Macy Brooks. Terrace Jones, number 30 for Maury. Faisal Abraham, number 40 for Kecoughtan, averaging 13.7 points per game on the regular season. Joe Smith, who we alluded to earlier, he is their big man. Vershawn Ely, 6 feet 9 inches, 14.5 points a game. Greg Johnson, number 21, a rather short guard for Maury. They like those fast, short players. Chris Taylor, number 34 for Kecoughtan. Clifford Coleman, number 23, rounds out the starting lineup for Jack Baker's Maury Commodores. And Tony Jordan, number 24, for the Kecoughtan Warriors, Revis Conrad's Charges.
Well, one change right up front that you see, Morocco Brown is not starting along with Macy Brooks. Chris Taylor is the other starter. So Revis is going with a little more defense on his starting group than he would normally. Watch Kecoughtan come out man-to-man, try to control the tempo of this game, get the ball inside when they can.
Kecoughtan beat Warwick, Denby, Hampton, and Indian River to get to this point. The Maury Commodores, their most recent victory, a big 50-39 victory over defending state champion Bayside Marlins and Donnell Williams. And from what I understand, they just ate them up.
Ate them up.
So Maury is on a streak of their own. They had a much less lackluster, or less, I should say, more lackluster record in a 19-5 record. There you see, if I can get that back up for another minute, Kyle Nave is the one official, and I don't have the other two names. There was on the screen.
Dougherty is one, and Ron Fowler.
All right, Ron Fowler. I thought I recognized Ron Fowler. And we are underway. This is Maury with the ball. A foul called. The ball goes in and out, and the foul will be charged to number 32. That'll be Macy Brooks, his first.
Well, he left his feet, went up in the air. The foul was made on the shot, so that'll give number 30 for the Commodores, Terrace Jones, the first chance at a two-shot foul. And you notice he's got a bandage or some sort of a wrapping on his right hand. I don't know if it's a wrist injured or what.
And the first free throw, the bandage, whatever it may be, doesn't seem to affect his accuracy, and this one does, however, go off to the right. So the Commodores lead 1-0. 4 8-minute quarters in high school basketball. No shot clock. Other than that, most of the rules are pretty similar to college ball. You have the 10-second timeline. Oh, a nice pick set by Brooks. Ball is loose underneath, and back come the Commodores.
Commodores started off in a 1-3-1 zone.
Abraham with the rebound. One shot, and that's all.
Well, they're very quick. They want to get up the court as fast as they can. I'm surprised they start off in the zone, but they want to control the big men for the Warriors.
Inside for one of those big men, Abraham, and he draws the foul from Joe Smith.
And that's not a bad move, and that's what I talked about earlier at the pregame, that you want to pop the ball inside, play inside out, put pressure on that big man right up, get a quick foul on him.
When you have two big men like Abraham and Ely, you definitely want to take them to the hoop. Abraham connects on the first. Get a chance to watch this on the replay. You'll see the ball down low for Abraham, and Smith did a pretty good job, but he left his feet, and when he did, he got Abraham on the arm, and Abraham gives Kecoughtan the lead. 2-1, 7:10 remaining in the first period. This is Cliff Coleman, guarded by Jordan, and the ball stolen by Brooks. Long lead pass for Tony Jordan, lay it in.
Nice job of getting the ball to him by number 34 for the the Warriors.
Was that Taylor? I thought it was
Taylor.
Brooks.
What? It may have been 32 and 34 are going to mess me up all night.
Yeah, it was 32. Gary tells me the assist would go to Macy Brooks on that play.
Well, good job regardless.
Yeah, you're right. Good point. 4-1 Kecoughtan. This is Greg Johnson with the ball in the corner. The double team, Joe Smith is open, and the ball is loose on the baseline, controlled by Jordan.
And they double teamed in the corner, they being the Warriors.
Jordan pulls up and hits. So Tony Jordan gets the Warriors off track quickly at a 6-1 lead. We played a little less than 2 minutes. Baseline drive, kick it outside. The ball comes loose and into the backcourt. They'll say it was hit there by the Warriors.
You can see a lot of good hustle by the Warriors. They are contesting, going after the shots.
He can't pick that dribble up, and he very wisely doesn't because it went off his own foot. Joe Smith to the hoop and got it.
Nice move by Joe Smith.
The big man got the ball, spun to his right, and put it up off the glass.
And we see a 1-2-2 by the Commodores.
Rashawn Ely is tied up, and a jump ball. The possession arrow will give the ball to the Warriors.
That was a low pass. When you have big men, you don't want to bring the ball down, but that's where he caught it, and that's why he got tied up.
No pressure from the Commodores on the inbounds pass. Tony Jordan will set up.
That's almost like a 1-2-2-3 that the Commodores are in that zone.
Jordan left alone will fire, doesn't get it to go. Macy Brooks with a nice play off of the Maury Commodore player. Good heads-up play by Brooks.
Two good moves by Macy, although I tried to give one to Chris.
Kecoughtan with a 3-point lead. Winner of this game has the unenviable task of tangling with the Booker T. Washington Bookers. Our previous game's semifinalist winner, Taylor, nothing but net.
Rattles it home.
So Chris Taylor has his first points of the game, and the Warriors lead by 5. Shot is short. Smith was over the back. Luckily for him, did not pick up a second personal foul. Tony Jordan being played softly by Cliff Coleman.
I can look at Morocco Brown over in the sideline, and he looks like he's salivating.
Warriors turn it over, and the Commodores cannot connect, but they get the rebound. Kick it out. Little man can't get the fall, and back comes Tony Jordan. Jordan inside. Abraham is hammered and no call. Oh my goodness.
I don't know how they missed that call. You're right, he got hammered right across the hand, right across the arm. Kecoughtan comes out in their own press.
Stolen by Macy Brooks. Brooks will penetrate, put it off the glass, no good. Ball knocked loose by Jordan. Jordan will stick it back up, it still won't go. And Ely finally gets the tip. So the Warriors had a lot of chances that time, and Rashawn Ely finally capitalized for the Warriors.
The hardest shot.
Yeah. And a tie-up and stolen by Jordan. Jordan just simply grabbed the ball away. Left side feed for Taylor, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by number 21, Greg Johnson of Maury.
And look who's coming in, Rocco Brown. You sit back in the zone. This young man can flat shoot the basketball.
A timeout called by Jack Baker and the Maury Commodores as they find themselves trailing by 7 with 3:50 remaining here in the first period. As you look into the Warrior huddle.
Let me talk about the player of the game. I know we're going to get so excited I'll probably forget about it, but we will pick a player of the game for the Hampton School sometime before the end of the ball game. We'll give them a plaque donated by DC Engraving, donated, of course, by DC Engraving, which is located in Times Square on York in York County on Route 17. Dave Buckwalter, as you watch the replay here, is the proprietor out there, and this is a sample of metal photo. We'll also give a t-shirt which will have player of the game on it, donated by the sports place located in Hampton Woods Plaza. Dave Chubb is the young man that you need to see there. We appreciate the efforts of these two young men allowing us to select the player of the game and show a little bit of appreciation with a plaque and a t-shirt.
And we should emphasize, or at least re-emphasize, that lack of a scientific method.
It's strictly
just
off
an effort
the cuff.
to recognize a key player. That's right. Director Scotty Bowers says whoever offers to buy us pizza gets the vote. That's how scientific it is. Morocco Brown in the lineup now for the Warriors as they swing it around. Chris Taylor's left wide open, and he hits.
And people right now for the Warriors are scoring who are not noted as your bigger scores.
Harmon, nice spot underneath, a block by Tony Jordan. And Jordan, unfortunately, when he got control of the ball, was standing on the baseline. But boy, what a block.
He left his man, and his man was wide open under the basket. What a recovery by Tony Jordan to block the shot and almost come up with a steal.
John Quinterly, along with Eugene Williams, come in for the Commodores as Jack Baker tries to counter this Kecoughtan offense. Here's the play. Watch Jordan block the shot, and then he's going to come in, and when he finally controls the ball, he's on the baseline. Long baseball pass for Jordan, and the quarterback on the football team is able to corral the ball, waits for his teammates to come down.
He looked like a wide receiver on that recovery.
Jordan swings to Morocco Brown, 4-3, no good. And the rebound comes off for Taurus Jones, number 30.
Well, I watched little number 11 out there for the Commodores, John Quinterly, do a great job of blocking out.
Turnover and another turnover. Back come the Maury Commodores. So Tony Jordan playing great defense so far. Ball is inside, ball is loose, picked up by, guess who? Faisal Abraham of Kecoughtan. Chris Taylor, good job to get away from the pressure from Cliff Coleman. 12-3, the Warriors now decide to set it up a little bit. The Commodores laying back in that zone. Has not affected the Warriors so far. Chris Taylor open again, this time doesn't get the go. And the ball is going to be a foul on Chris Taylor as he pushed off in an effort to get to the ball. Good call by the official right on top of the play.
Well, they're leaving Chris Taylor open, not putting any pressure on him. And he's responded, made what, a couple shots.
He's being so left open that sometimes he has too much time.
Yeah, you hate to think about it. And that happens sometimes. You think about the...
Ball kicked out of bounds by Jordan of Kecoughtan, who will come out now and get a breather. And in the game will be Aaron Watson for Kecoughtan, a little used player for the Warriors. Watson has played in about 20 of the Warriors' 25 games. Three-point attempt doesn't go. Controlled by Macy Brooks. Brooks, 2-on-1. Nice job of knocking the ball away, but a little more of the ball and arm by Cliff Coleman gets him the foul.
Well, that was a good job by Macy to take it all away. Gives him 2 on the foul line.
Watson, in fact, just real quickly studying my ever handy-dandy statistics provided to me by Mike Keach and the staff of the Daily Press.
You better say something nice about Mike Keach.
That's right, he hid these stats from me today. I had to go look for them just before the game. But Watson has appeared in 16 of the 25 games that the Warriors have played this year. Macy Brooks, left-hander at the free throw line, is good with the free throw. Here's a replay of that last action. Pretty good job of getting the ball. He just got a little bit of the arm, and the official...
He didn't give as much of the arm as young Mr. Faisal got hacked a minute ago, and there was no call.
I agree. Those things don't always work out that way. Macy Brooks connects on both free throws, and the Warriors lead by 11. 14-3. The defense by the Warriors has been tenacious, to say the least. Blocked by Faisal Abraham. Shot put back up, and Morocco Brown with the board. Those big men, Abraham and Ely, have been really in the faces of the Maury Commodores so far. Macy Brooks looks inside, dishes, and is intercepted by the Commodores.
That should have been a bounce pass. That had been a bounce pass.
And a travel.
The Maury Commodores are now in a man-to-man, which is a little different look, and I was surprised to see them stay in the zone as long as they did. But a man-to-man, that means Rashawn Ely comes back in, and that's going to create some problems.
Ely and Jordan come in, replacing Watson and Taylor in the lineup. And then we've got a foul in the backcourt. Rivas Conrad is coaching big time over on the far sideline.
He said, get the ball high, Rashawn. That little guy can't get it without a step ladder.
Foul was on Maury. I'm not sure exactly who was charged with the foul. Almost stolen by the Commodores. That was Joe Smith showing good hustle.
Good hustle. Morocco Brown needed to make a move and step to the ball. If he did, he would have picked up a foul.
Down to a minute remaining in the first period. Kecoughtan 14, Maury 3. Abraham back outside to Jordan. Jordan is picked up by Cliff Coleman. Lob pass inside. Abraham jams.
Nice call and play and pass. High percentage shot. That excites the crowd when you see that.
Faisal still got the rafters rocking from that one. Jumper from the free throw line, in and out, and Ely had it almost stolen and grabbed it back.
And by the littlest man on the court.
John Quinterly reached in and stole it for a minute, and Ely said, give that back to me. Abraham never got that shot off. Back come the Commodores, 16-3. Coleman, in and out, and another board for Macy Brooks, who's playing real tall for the Warriors.
10 seconds.
Inside Abraham, hook it in, yes. And the buzzer sounds, and the Warriors with an impressive 18-3 lead after one period.
Well, I tell you, they don't want to start celebrating too soon. With great first quarter, but this Maury team is better than a three-point. They just couldn't buy a shot. But Tony Jordan plays such heads-up ball, came down with 10 seconds, got it to his big man as we watch the replay, got the shot, and then immediately put pressure on the inbounds so they couldn't even get the ball inbounds to get a shot off, Tim.
That was that beautiful lob inside a minute ago. You're absolutely right. The defense from Kecoughtan truly was the key, and then those big men inside, they're just wiping the boards clean. Macy Brooks, Faisal Abraham, and Rashawn Ely have just not allowed anyone else from Maury to get a rebound.
If Rashawn Ely learns anything tonight, he's going to learn when I get a rebound, I keep the ball over my head. Faisal Abraham does a great job of that. That's one of the things that Ely is not as good at. He doesn't think about it. He brings the ball down, as we hear some statistics from Magic Fingers.
Well, just 1 of 11 from the field, less than 10%. Here's some replay of the action late in the period. 50%, 7 of 14 for the Warriors, and they were perfect from the free throw line, while Maury was 1 of 2. Thank you, Gary Moore, for those, as always, quick and accurate stats. Gary Moore, a nice addition to our coverage. Taylor kicks it outside. Watson over on the left side for Morocco Brown. Brown had it partially blocked.
Got a little
looked like he might have been
on the arm that time.
Didn't get a call, however, and at the other end of the floor is the second basket of the game by Maury. That's Greg Johnson for the transition bucket. And the Warriors now bring it up. Morocco Brown in the game for Tony Jordan. Brown to Macy Brooks, back to Brown. This is Watson to Taylor. Faisal Abraham out of the game right now. One big man, turnaround jumper from the left-handed Macy Brooks won't go. Rashawn Ely knocked it loose, but it was last touched by Ely.
Well, we'll see Tony Jordan and Faisal get back in the game real quick. Rivas can't afford to leave them out too long.
The Warriors sleeping on defense. Joe Smith.
They called a timeout.
Oh, Rivas Conrad is
hot. I don't know what they were thinking. Nobody was playing defense.
Well, I'm not so sure they were thinking, as they were really caught napping. The Warriors not paying attention, and Maury just brought the ball up real quickly, and Joe Smith did a in-your-face jam. Watch this. There's, you see 5 Warriors, no one on the man with the ball, nor on Smith underneath the basket. And you know Smith, now Ely was real smart there. He was not going to block that shot. All he could do was end up getting a foul in a three-point play. So Ely showed good sense that time in avoiding contact. But the Warriors got napping, and Rivas Conrad is probably telling them the same thing you just said. Don't start celebrating quite so early.
Ray Washington, superintendent. Ray Washington here at the festivities tonight.
I guess that'd be a pretty good ball club with Ray, Clay, and Steve, wouldn't it?
Oh, I tell you.
Three tall, lean basketball players there. Haven't seen or heard much from Steve Washington, and we want to send out our best to Steve. He's been recuperating from an illness a while back. I understand he's doing quite well, and we're happy to hear. Vershawn Ely. I'm sorry, Mr. Director. Good. I'm told from our director, Scotty Bowers, that Steve is doing fine. He saw him yesterday. So next time you see him, please pass on my words. Steve and I used to work together for a while. Steve Washington, the brother of Ray and Clay Washington. Stolen by the Commodores again, and a good block. But a foul is called against Chris Taylor, so preventing an easy basket.
Kecoughtan is just can't relax when they have the ball. Maury is so quick, they don't run down the court. If you stand there with the ball, 3 Kecoughtan Warriors around the ball. Kecoughtan's got it, and a Maury player comes up with it, gets fouled, and goes to the line. A chance at 2. This could be a 4-point swing.
Cliff Coleman with his first point of the night. And Macy Brooks comes in for Chris Taylor. Revis Conrad has shuffled players, as has Jack Baker from the very get-go. There we see Melvin CBS Hooker there, man in the white outfit, doing the great camera work. Second free throw is no good. Battled for and finally controlled by Ely. 20-8. A 12-point lead for the Warriors. 5-3, or 5-2 rather, is the score here in the second period. Commodores have gotten a couple of easy baskets. Tony Jordan back in the ball game. Dishes to Macy Brooks inside a little low. Vershawn Ely picks up the loose ball and draws the foul.
Yeah, you got to admire the tenacious defense of this Maury Commodore team. They just get in your face and stay there. They remind you of a bunch of ants.
Eugene Williams gets called for the personal foul for the Commodores. 2 shots coming for Vershawn Ely, averaging more than 14.5 points per game for the Warriors this season, and Ely cans the free throw. 5 points in the first half for Vershawn. Big senior transfer this year. There you see a good look at big Vershawn Ely. Been a great addition to the Warriors in his senior year. Second free throw is a little short. Nice move to the basket and an offensive charge. The basket did not go in.
Obviously, it was just no doubt about the call. Mr. Ely took the charge. Great job of taking the charge.
And we got an official's temporary stoppage of play here. Want to make sure the foul is credited to the right person. Number 24 is that person, Eugene Williams. And there's our other one of our current, Jerome Young. I'm going to give him a nickname, Mr. ABC maybe. Faisal Abraham, what a great job of staying home. He just was there to block the shot. Another block shot by Abraham. Ball is loose. Finally controlled by Smith of Maury. Boy, they got to be starting to wonder what it's going to take to get a shot away. Warriors are really blocking the shots from the Commodores. Joe Smith, good fake, put it up and draws the foul from Ely.
Little bump, that's all it takes. Ely left his feet.
So a good move by Joe Smith. He is a highly touted player, and you saw why that time. Did the double fake and then got Ely off his feet, scored the easy basket, and drew the foul.
You see what the Commodores are doing defensively, Tim. They're putting a lot of pressure on the Warriors are double teaming, taking the Warriors out of their inside game. They are not getting the ball inside to the big people. 3-point play.
Joe Smith with 7 points in the first half, and it's a 10-point lead for the Warriors. And they almost turn it over, and they in fact do. And they've got a man open. He'll have to go in against Abraham, and he can't get the ball to fall, but the putback is good. So Taurus Jones gets the bucket. Taurus Jones, number 30 for the Commodores. Baseline jumper, Brooks, terrible shot. Faisal Abraham, and what do we got, a foul? Yes.
Faisal. This game, the momentum is swinging real quick. And I know Rivas has got to be concerned. You can't relax against a team that gets to this point in the competition. There are no losers at this point.
First foul on Faisal Abraham. An 8-point deficit for the Commodores, and they've got the ball. And as you said, Big Mo is on their side right now. Bounce pass inside, Joe Smith, in and out and in. 9 points for Smith, and the Commodores are within 6. Macy Brooks will drive, put it up and in. Nice move by Macy Brooks. 4 points for Macy. And back to an 8-point lead for the Warriors.
Good job that time against the press by the Warriors.
This is Greg Johnson to Smith. Swinging outside, and this is Taurus Jones giving to Cliff Coleman.
The Maury Commodores are playing with a lot more confidence right now than they were earlier.
Smith's shot, no good, and controlled by Tony Jordan. Tony Jordan is not recognized as one of your big men, but he'll get his fair share of rebounds.
Yes, he will. He's got a nose for the ball.
Has very good quickness. And he's a fine floor general for the Kecoughtan Warriors, too. He directs this team, and they play well when he does. Rashawn Ely will pump up from outside and get nothing but net.
He's a good outside shooter. Got a nice touch to Rashawn Ely.
10-point Kecoughtan lead, 3:20 remaining. Semifinal championship game, Group AAA. And no, we've got a travel before the shot.
Before he shot, he was so open.
You're watching the Kecoughtan Warriors in the green and white, and you see Rivas Conrad, the head coach. There's Jack Baker of Maury. We're playing the semifinal game of the Group AAA Eastern Regionals. The victor plays Booker T. Washington for the championship.
That's McIntosh is into the game right now for Faisal Abraham, giving Abraham a breather.
Larry McIntosh, who's played well for the Warriors this year. This is Tony Jordan, triple team, kick it out for Rashawn Ely. Ely will shoot on Smith, it's off to the left. And Jordan was pushed out of the way underneath. The officials missed that call. Joe Smith moves on Ely and hits it.
Well, he's a lot closer to the basket than Rashawn.
And Jordan draws the foul in backcourt.
Only the 6th team foul.
That'll be called against John Quinterly.
Put the Warriors into 1-1. Any foul hereafter that's not a shooting foul.
Warriors have committed 5 team fouls, so they're not in much better condition than Maury is. So Rivas Conrad now has Morocco Brown, Rashawn Ely, Macy Brooks, Tony Jordan, and Larry McIntosh on the court for his team. For Jack Baker's team, they've got Greg Johnson, Taurus Harmon, and inside it goes for Macy Brooks.
Nice pass by Jordan, trying to put the defense to sleep.
15-footer, nothing but net for 24, Eugene Williams. Warriors getting full court pressure by the Commodores. They're doing a good job of keeping good pressure on Kecoughtan. Started to tell you the rest of the court. Taurus Jones, Joe Smith for Maury. Coleman just lost his footing. Fans thought there should have been a foul call. I'm not so sure they're not right. None forthcoming. Baseline jumper, too strong from Macy Brooks.
Macy should have taken it right to the basket.
Maury gets the ball
just
back.
a little bit ragged.
And Tony Jordan can't keep the ball in bounds. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate you putting that coat back over our plug there. 1:32 left in the half. Kecoughtan has led from the beginning. They lead by 8 points. Joe Smith will come back in the ball game for Maury.
And neither one of Kecoughtan's big guys are in the basket, in the game.
And Macy Brooks guarding against Joe Smith. Lob pass inside for Smith, and Smith will score easy.
He was calling for the the ball on a lob from the inbounds and never did get it.
6-point lead. Morocco Brown, and he traveled. 6-point lead. The Commodores back in control of the ball. Faisal Abraham will get ready to check back in for the Warriors. Ball is loose and controlled by Morocco Brown. I believe he was fouled.
I think the foul is on Morocco.
They getting over like Duke.
Now, Cliff Coleman.
Oh, well, that's a shooting foul. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
So that should be the 7th team foul. And they should have to walk down to the other end of the court.
But if the foul was on Kecoughtan, it's not a shooting foul.
No, but it was on. Oh, it is. Okay, you were right the first time. It is against 22 Morocco Brown. His first. And that will be the 6th team foul against Kecoughtan. So both teams with 6. Jack Baker for the Commodores came down there and wanted to make sure they got that one straight because that was a big call. If it was against Maury, the Warriors had the ball and a free throw shooting situation. Maury down by 6. Coleman bounce inside for Smith. Oh, what a block by Macy Brooks and a foul.
And that's on Macy Brooks, number 32.
That'll be his second. And that will be the 7th team foul, but it will be irrelevant in that sense because it's a 2-shot foul. And a chance for the Commodores to make it a 4-point game. Warriors led by 15 after 1 period. And now have seen that lead to just a 5-point difference. Here's the replay. Looks like Macy Brooks got the ball, but he also got the arm. That was that play earlier that Joe Smith was fouled on. And Smith, the big man, shoots well from the free throw line, 3 out of 3, and it's a 4-point Kecoughtan lead. Maury is still very much in this game. And there's a travel. They didn't call it. He took 3 steps and never dribbled the ball. Come on, folks.
Kecoughtan is really having problems with that press. And Maury says, I'm going to take the last shot.
Half a minute to go, and Denton is called for blocking.
Okay.
David Denton called for the block. Ron Fowler gave you the motion there, but I guess what, Ron? I didn't see it that way, but it didn't matter.
In his interpretation, the player had already left his feet while Denton was moving in.
Let's watch it again. You tell me. Now watch, there's Denton. He is, well, it looked to me like he was in position, but...
Well, but if the player has left his feet, you got to let him come down.
Sure, I understand it. 3-point difference with a chance to make it 2. Greg Johnson at the free throw line. This one doesn't go, and it's belonging to Kecoughtan. So the Warriors dodge a bullet there. They lead by just 3 as 21 points on the board in the second period by the Commodores. And this press, you're right, Bob, this press is really giving them a fit. And another turnover. Greg Johnson, a 1-point game. Two-on-one, left side, Jordan. Pass behind him, he has to hold up. He had to go in against the big man. Buzzer, shot doesn't go. And boy, what a game at halftime.
The worst quarter of ball I've ever seen, but that's because of the defense put on by the Maury Commodores. They scored 24 points in that quarter, being down, having only 23 points. Woo!
23 points in the second quarter, just 9 for the Warriors. We're at halftime, and it's going to be a barn burner from this point down. 27-26, Kecoughtan clinging to a 1-point lead. We'll be right back. Faisal Abraham with some action from the first half. That was when Kecoughtan was rolling to a big lead at the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, the Maury Commodores put together 23 points to just 9 for the Kecoughtan Warriors. Real quickly, the individual scoring for Kecoughtan, led by Vershawn Ely, with 7 points. 6 points. There you see the stats for the teams. Field goals for Maury, 9 of 24. 68% free throw shooting. Kecoughtan, 11 of 24, 0 for 3 from the free throw. Now, that second statistic is not quite correct. I don't believe that Maury took all 24 of their shots from three-point range. Although gutsy as it may be, rebounds pretty even, turnovers pretty even, and the game is pretty even. The Warriors with just a 1-point difference. You see your leading scorers, Smith and Ely, for the respective teams. 6 points each for Brooks and Abraham, 4 points for Tony Jordan. And for the Maury Commodores, 15 points from Joe Smith, all of those in the second period, as he scored 15 of Maury's 23 points. 3 points for Taris Jones, 5 points for Greg Johnson, 2 for Eugene Williams, and 1 for Cliff Coleman to round out the scoring for Jack Baker's Maury Commodores. For the team, 45.8% for the Kecoughtan Warriors. They were 0 for 3 from the three-point range, and they were 5 of 6 from the free throw line. For Maury, they were 9 of 24 from the field for 37.5%. They missed both of their three-point attempts, and they were 6 of 9 from the free throw line for 66.7%. Only one player. Well, let's see now. I want to even correct myself on that. 2 players for Maury with 2 fouls, Eugene Williams and Cliff Coleman. For the Warriors, Chris Taylor has 2, and he's the only Warrior with more than 1. Bob, your impressions and thoughts here as we start the second half.
Well, I thought the second half, Kecoughtan let Maury get back in and let the crowd get back into the ball game, and they're going to have to get back and play their game and quit playing Maury's game, quit playing a short court, play the whole court, get the ball inside.
Well, we had a lot of grandstand coaches come by and express what they might do during the break. Lots of different thoughts from lots of different people, but let's see what Revis Conrad's troops come up with. Ball inside. Joe Smith is in the lane for more than 3 seconds. No call. The ball is finally controlled by Jordan. Looked like a scrum there, a rugby scrum for a minute.
Yep, in the air type of scrum.
So Jordan does finally control for Kecoughtan. They have led throughout the ball game, but certainly Maury has threatened now with a 1-point difference. This is Faisal Abraham from 15, no good. Vershawn Ely tried to bat it around. Good job by Joe Smith, and then we've got a foul in the backcourt on Abraham. Joe Smith very wisely couldn't get a hold of the ball, so he just tipped it around until he finally got position. Second foul on Abraham.
Kecoughtan comes out with a press of their own.
And it pays off as Chris Taylor intercepts the pass.
And almost lost it by not being aware of where the ball players are on the field, or on the court.
You know, this whole thing turned around when Kecoughtan went to sleep there in the first half. Abraham with a lid on the bucket. Ely with the ball underneath and can't get it to fall. In fact, he looked like he might have been fouled. Nothing called. Maury with a 1-on-3. And Greg Johnson holds on. You remember when Kecoughtan was up by 18 to 3 and then they went to sleep? And all of a sudden, Maury got excited and got into the game and you saw the momentum swing. That seemed to be the big turning point. Turnaround jumper, Smith. It doesn't go. Abraham had it. And it was lost on the baseline by Tony Jordan.
Scrappiest team we've seen tonight. These Maury Commodores, they contest everything.
Maury with a basket here can take the lead. Into Joe Smith. Smith can't get it to drop. And the follow shot is good.
No Kecoughtan rebounder on the weak side.
Taris Jones with the bucket. Macy Brooks with his 3rd personal foul. So a 1-point lead for the Maury Commodores, their first lead of the ballgame. And it comes with 6:26 left here in the 3rd period. A lot of basketball remaining for 8-minute quarters in high school ball. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz, bringing you this semifinal action from Churchland High School. The Kecoughtan Warriors and the Maury Commodores. Eastern Region against the Peninsula District.
And there are 4 Peninsula District teams in the finals of the girls and the boys to start this competition. Nice job by Joe Smith. Woo! All ball.
Joe Smith got his hand up there and a jump ball, which of course with a possession arrow will go to Kecoughtan. But a fine defensive effort. Crowd got into that one too.
It's almost as good as a dunk.
Warriors need a basket here real badly. Down by 2 the first time they find themselves behind.
No, they were behind 1-0 in the beginning of the ball
Okay,
game.
all right, that's true. Good point. Boy, I tell you, you got a memory. Can't get one by you.
Kick it out, put it up.
Jordan to Taylor. Taylor, no good. Ely backing out, got position, and then drew the foul. Rather a obvious foul by number 22, Taurus Harmon. He was not going to let that shot go. Tony Jordan goes over to Ron Fowler to have a word with him. We'll see this one again. He got pretty much of the ball, though, you know, in defense of that defensive effort.
Well, but he come down on his back, too, so he did get some contact.
Interesting in that the effect of the wild swing like that would lead you to believe that he had fouled him more blatantly than he did.
Yes.
Ely missed the first. Crowd at the far end trying to distract him. The Maury fans in the end zone, and it works because he missed both free throws. Ball is batted around. It's controlled by a big Vershawn, and Vershawn will put it in.
Well, you get 2 one way or the other way. You'll take them any way you can get them. Ties the game up.
And it's stolen. This is what the Warriors need. Chris Taylor with some defense and a bucket. 4 straight points, and the Warriors have regained the lead. They got to look out now. They got a 2-on-1, 3-on-1. Faisal with the block. So Abraham showing real good control. He didn't go for any of the fakes and waited till the last second and just batted the ball out of bounds. Great defense by Faisal Abraham. Commodores inbound. Kick it outside. This is Harmon. Quinterly, baseline, and you get that man off the feet. That'll be 4 on Macy Brooks, and we'll see him come out, I do believe. So Macy Brooks took the fake and drew his 4th personal foul. Morocco Brown will come in for Macy. At the free throw line will be Taurus Jones, is 2 of 3 from the free throw line so far. Warriors have Brown and Taylor along with Jordan, Abraham, and Ely. Taurus Jones good on the first. Get a chance to watch a replay of the jam on the other end by Chris Taylor on the steal and the bucket. 2 free throws for Jones, and we're tied up at 31. Full court pressure again by the Warriors. Morocco Brown spots Taylor down court. So the Warriors do a good job. You don't dribble against the press. You have to pass it.
That's exactly what they did that time, and that's why they were successful.
Fowler calls a travel on Vershawn Ely.
I think you didn't agree with that call.
I got to tell you. No, I won't say it.
All right, good for you.
I won't say it. 31 all. Warriors, if you joined us late, raced out to a 15-point lead after 1 period. And Maury just wouldn't give up, and they showed why they're in this tournament. Fought back and were just 1 point behind at halftime.
And they're going to spread the floor out on the Warriors.
Contact, no foul, no call, and the ball is kicked out for Morocco Brown. So the Warriors got away with one there.
Yeah,
Looked like some pretty good contact.
A whistle a couple times.
I try to call him both ways when I see him, you know. Abraham guarded by Jones. Kick it out for Taylor to Jordan. Chris Taylor fouled on the shot. He'll get 2. Foul will be charged to 22, Taurus Harmon. That's his second. Get a chance to watch this action again, a la Slow-Mo Joe.
Got him on the arm.
Taylor connects on the first. 6 out of 9 for the evening so far for Kecoughtan. Taylor rattles this one around and it won't go. So 1 of 2 for Taylor, and the Warriors lead by a point. Maury with the ball. Cliff Coleman. This is Taurus Harmon, and we've got a traveling call against Maury.
Yeah, he took a little skip step there before he started to dribble.
Morocco Brown will push it up, pass it over the left side for Tony Jordan. Play
Inside, inside. Kecoughtan needs to play inside out.
And that doesn't work very well. Jack Baker exhorting his team, push it up the floor, get it up here. Maury down by a point.
They're going to put pressure on Mr. Vashawn Ely because they're working the ball around, trying to get one-on-one. Hard to double team when you spread out on the floor.
Shot is short. Got a man open down the court. Chris Taylor, if he doesn't get carried away, should get the easy bucket. And Jack Baker, Maury wants, I believe he wants a timeout, or what is the call? Well, we had a temporary timeout, an apparent injured Maury Commodore, but he'll stay in the game. I'm not sure.
Well, he looks like he's twisted an ankle.
Almost stolen by Taylor. The Warriors have got to keep this pressure on. No shot clock on high school ball, just a reminder. So, of course, they don't have to worry about getting the shot off within a certain amount of time. 34-31, 2:45 to go. Nice move by Abraham, rather, just a step in front of the pass.
Just not a good entry pass that time, but a great job defensively by Faisal Abraham, who's got a couple fouls, but he's playing very heads up.
This is Abraham, hooks it up, no good. Tip is up, no good. And finally controlled by the Maury Commodores, rather. This is Taurus Jones. Joe Smith from outside hits. So Smith with his first points of the second half cuts the Kecoughtan lead to 1. And Faisal Abraham almost lost the ball. Warriors got to get it across the timeline pretty quickly. They do. Jordan, they've got a 4-on-2, and Taylor is double dribbling. That's a good call.
And a 3-on-2, 4-on-2, and turn the ball over. That's not smart.
Warriors applying their own pressure. Well off the mark, and lost out of bounds by Joe Smith. So neither team playing well here in the second half.
They really are. They're both looking real.
Oh.
And then just dumb passes. It's unbelievable.
Terrible pass from Abraham, goes out of bounds.
And I don't mean dumb in the sense that it's not intelligent. It's just they're not playing smart.
Minute 40 remaining. Joe Smith, jumper, hit it. Joe Smith warming up now.
Good outside touch by Joe Smith.
Double team the ball. Faisal Abraham up the court for Jordan. Jordan's fouled, no call. And then he has his pocket picked. Greg Johnson on the transition, and a 3-point lead for the Commodores. Minute and 10, almost turned it over. Kecoughtan in a battle here with a minute and 2 to go in the third. Tony Jordan dishes for Ely. Ely got the bucket and was fouled.
Nice pass by Tony Jordan. But Tim, that's what I've been talking about. Play your inside game. You got the kind of horses that Kecoughtan has. You got to play inside out.
Larry McIntosh comes in replacing Chris Taylor. Taylor had a good third period. 5 points for the Warriors in the third. Ely will try and tie the ball game here with the 3-point play. And Ely does. Less than a minute to go, and we're knotted up at 37. It was all Kecoughtan in the first, all Maury in the second, and it's been even Steven here in the second half. Stolen by Morocco Brown. The Warriors with a 3-on-1. Morocco off the glass and in. So Morocco gets his first points of the game with just a half a minute remaining in the third.
And that came off of that half-court trap that Kecoughtan's in, a 1-2-2.
Joe Smith, 2 men on him. Doesn't go, and a foul inside. I believe this is on Morocco. That's the second on Brown. 18 seconds remaining. That is only the 4th team foul. A non-shooting situation for the Commodores. They certainly will try and take the last shot, which would tie the ball game if it's a 2. 10 seconds to go. Almost stolen by Jordan. He needs to get back on defense. Good move. Coleman, the high arching shot. Doesn't go. Loose ball. Smith throws up a prayer. It doesn't go. And we've played 3 periods, and Kecoughtan clings to a 2-point lead.
While we got this break, let me again talk about the player of the game. We've got to come up with one from the Kecoughtan team today. We'll give a plaque to the player of the game donated by DC Engraving, located at Tabb Square in York County. Dave Buckwalter, the proprietor out there, is a good friend of mine. He helps us recognize the player of the game with a plaque that is a sample of medal photo. Also, we'll be given a T-shirt with the player of the game on it, donated by the Sports Place, located at Hampton Woods Plaza on Big Bethel Road. Dave Chubb is a proprietor there, and we appreciate the efforts of these 2 fine young men.
Well, 8 minutes of action remains for one of these 2 teams in their season. The Warriors with just a lone loss to Highland Springs. Their record 24-1. Maury 19-5 with victories over the reigning state champion Bayside Marlins, as well as the Booker T. Washington Bookers, a team that has already advanced to the final game. So Maury certainly knows how to beat the big boys, and they've played tough against Kecoughtan in this one. Kecoughtan the favorite, but the scoreboard right now is basically even. Inside for Smith. Smith's shot is short, got his own rebound. Ely hammered him, and that was a good play by Ely to make sure that no 2 points was easy. That's only the 2nd personal on Vershawn Ely.
Did a great job defensively that first series, but Joe Smith shows why he is a good inside man for these Maury Commodores, because he missed a shot but went right back up and got the second one, and he's wiping his eye a little bit. He got clobbered by Vershawn. Vershawn was not going to let him get an easy one, so you're going to make 2. It's got to be from the foul line.
Maury can tie with these free throws. Smith is perfect from the free throw line, 4 of 4. Had 15 points at halftime and has added 5 here in the second half. And with those 2 free throws, ties our ball game at 39. Hope you're enjoying this game, the semifinals of the Group AAA Eastern Regionals, the Kecoughtan Warriors and the Maury Commodores. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz and our crew coming to you from Churchland High School, and the ball just thrown away. Macy Brooks. Boy, does he draw the wrath of Revis Conrad.
Well, I don't know. It was a combination of Morocco Brown and of Macy. The ball was passed like it wasn't going to Macy.
Warriors need to apply some good pressure here and create some turnovers if they want to win this ball game. Inside it goes. Joe Smith is stuffed by Faisal Abraham. And that'll give the ball to the Warriors.
Well,
so good
each
defensive
one of them
effort.
got a stuff on each other.
Yep. One and one on the stuffs, you're right. Warriors, Rashawn Ely handling the ball. They don't want him to. They got Faisal Abraham. He's not their top choice. Back to Abraham, feels the pressure, puts it up a little short. And the ball is on the floor, and should be a jump ball. It is. That'll still belong to Maury, however. Smith is laying on his back in the 3-second zone for about 5 seconds. Had the ball in his hands. What's the call, Coach? He's not.
Jump ball.
Jump ball. Yeah, ask my buddy Ron is right. Another stuff as Faisal comes over with the big D.
Good timing on Faisal. That's what makes him tough.
Oh, he is. He is always under control for those block shots, you know it? Jordan could have been called for pushing off. He wasn't. Ely gets the easy position inside. Tap no good. Abraham with the putback. Oh, it won't go, but he's fouled.
Kecoughtan has missed some real easy shots, and that's because they're being contested by the scrappy Maury team.
Taurus Harmon called for his third personal foul. Revis Conrad giving instructions to his team. Faisal in and out with the free throw. Here's your replay. There's the ball put up by Ely. Another tap by Ely. Comes out strong for Abraham. Then Abraham draws a crowd on the hook shot. 39-39. It hasn't been pretty, but it's a tight ball game. It's anyone's match at this point as Kecoughtan now regains the lead. 40-39 with 6:35 remaining in the fourth. Coleman inside for Smith, and Smith gets a nice roll. Nice soft touch by the big man. Double team the ball, and a foul will be called on 24, Eugene Williams. That'll be his third. And that'll be just the 5th team foul against the Commodores, a player control foul. Bad pass, partially deflected. Good defense by the Commodores. Right side feed, put it in.
Nice pass.
Taurus Jones tipped the ball and caused the turnover, and then got the pass on the receiving end for the 2. Abraham running hook won't go. And Smith with the rebound. Now Maury with a 3-point lead. And in the lane, Coleman is fouled well before the shot.
Revis is going to call a timeout. He needs to talk to these young men. You can't let Maury get up on you by any type of lead, because they're going to spread the court. And if that happens, Kecoughtan is in trouble. But then you're playing catch-up.
This is the replay of the last action. This was the basket after the tipped pass from Tony Jordan. Overall in the game, both teams not shooting very well. Kecoughtan 41%, 16 of 39, and the Commodores 16 of 44 for 36%. In the second half, the shooting pretty even. Both teams have just kind of gravitated to their own level here, but the big difference right now is turnovers. 22 committed by the Warriors to just 15 for the Commodores.
As you said earlier, it hasn't been pretty.
A lot of turnovers by both of these two teams. Again, we thank Gary Moore, and we also want to thank Bill Strickland for all of his help here at Churchland High School in helping our crew set up for today's games. We certainly enjoyed bringing these to you. Hope you've enjoyed them here on Channel 5. Eastern Regional action, and the ball inbounds pass stolen by Macy Brooks, but it's regained by the Maury Commodores. Good hustle by the Commodores.
They dive on the floor. They go after every loose ball.
There's got to be a 3-second call. None was coming. Macy Brooks needs to get the ball under control. He does. Jordan tries to loop it inside. It's Faisal Abraham for the big shot.
High percentage shot.
Kecoughtan down by a point. 5:10 to go. Ball is kicked back into the backcourt by Jordan. For that reason, no backcourt call. Greg Johnson guarded by Tony Jordan. Jordan is close enough to get a 5-count start by Ron Fowler, the official at half court. Stolen on the baseline by Vershawn Ely. The Warriors have to make the most of these turnovers.
They do. They got to come down and score each time. If they don't, they're going to see Maury spread the court.
Seemed to be some confusion about who was going to take the ball and do what. And the dish to Ely. He has fouled. A good foul by 30 Taurus Jones, his second.
And a nice move by Morocco to drive in and to dish it off to the big man underneath. Two on Jones, 6 on each team now, but this is a 2-shot foul for Vershawn Ely, and Vershawn has only made 2 of 5 from the free throw line so far tonight. And he misses this one. So and
Vershawn,
Tim, he didn't have good rotation on the ball when it left his hand. That's what you look for, some good rotation, and he didn't have it that time.
he can tie with this free throw. And he does. Had to hold my breath there. I wasn't sure that one was going to stay.
He got a kind roll.
So knotted up at 43 with 4:10 remaining. Warriors trying to trap the man with the ball. Maury very quick with the ball. And now they'll call a timeout. Jack Baker wants to discuss strategy with 3:56 remaining.
What are you going to do if you're Jack Baker? You spread them out, you make them play your game, you've got the ball. They don't have to come out. Kecoughtan can stay in, but Kecoughtan is an aggressive team, and they have come out and made Maury turn the ball over 2 times, got 3 points off of it to get back tied in this game.
Get a chance to watch the high percentage lob shot into Abraham a few moments ago. Faisal took that shot and about tore the rim right off the backboard.
He wasn't going to be denied.
Well, the Warriors have just got to cut down on these turnovers and make points when they get the ball. They're going to have to force the turnovers to begin with.
Tim, if you're a coach, you look for turnovers against a fast, aggressive man-to-man trapping team like Maury. But Kecoughtan has made turnovers without pressure that I know Grievous Conrad has said, gosh, you're just not concentrating. Throwing the ball away without pressure really will make you get gray and it'll get a haircut like you got.
We're tied at 43. The Warriors double team the ball. Maury gets it inside. This is Joe Smith, and Smith has it partially blocked. Follow shot is blocked again, still loose. Blocked by Faisal Abraham. This is Tony Jordan. He has it and is still contested for. There's a foul. Even Ron Fowler has to call that one.
I mean, there was about 3 fouls that weren't called that time. Tony says, what do I have to do? Show you the bruises?
Taurus Harmon called for his 4th personal foul. And it'll be bonus time. Both teams in the bonus from this point on.
I'm not saying Ron Fowler didn't call it a good game. They're calling a good game. But it looked like to me that he was hacked a couple of times prior to the whistle. But he was definitely fouled. Tony, and I told you before, if I wanted a man on the foul line for me that I've seen play this year, this young man is the one I want.
This is his first trip, and he has only 4 points on the night, averaging almost 14 points per game. So Tony has been held down, and that has hurt the Warrior cause. Morocco Brown with just 2, and he averages 7. So you're not getting the point production from some of these young men that you need to. 4.6 boards for Tony. This one doesn't go in. So only 1 of 2, and the Warriors with a 1-point lead. Coleman double teamed. Finds Johnson, is knocked away. Faisal Abraham with the overplay. Good job.
And I'm real impressed with Kecoughtan. They're not sitting back and say, okay, Maury, you make something happen. They go out and they're making something happen.
There's a foul. Reach in foul on 23. That's Coleman. That's his 3rd.
Almost threw a body block on him.
So Jordan again will go to the free throw line, and let's face it, I know this is cliche, but Kecoughtan must make these free throws if they expect to win this game.
Absolutely. 3 minutes to go. You got a lot of time left.
Well, this is where champion caliber teams play. They got to get the free throws. You don't make the free throws, you don't deserve to be the champions. The Warriors, truly, in my opinion, the better of these 2 teams, have just allowed the Maury Commodores to stay in the game. With some good play by Maury. I'm not taking anything away from them. They've played a very fine ball game, a very smart game. Jordan can make it a 3-point difference here with 3 minutes exactly remaining. Good rotation, good follow through, and the ball goes through for Tony Jordan. So now the Commodores looking at a 3-point deficit, almost a travel at the center of the court. The Warriors are doing a good job of collapsing on the passes in below to Smith. Now Smith from the free throw line short, and Abraham with the rebound. Might have been his biggest rebound, and he is fouled in the backcourt. That will be on Taurus Jones. That is his 4th.
And you know, that may be part of the strategy that Maury's doing. If we don't score, we'll foul, hope they don't make the foul shots. Stop the clock all we can because it's still 2:40. They're only down by 3. But like you said, your cliche, make them when they count. And you got to get the first one to be able to get the second one.
And this one doesn't go in. So Faisal Abraham has hit 3 out of 6, or 3 out of 5 rather. It will not get the bonus. Maury down by 3. Almost threw it away. There's a 3-point attempt, and in and out, doesn't go. And who's it go off of?
There was a Maury player out of bounds when the ball hit. Kecoughtan knocked it out, but before it hit out of bounds, it went off of a Maury player.
Tony Jordan, double team, finds the man open. This is Morocco Brown. Morocco will go to the hoop. It doesn't go, but he draws the foul. 2:09 remaining.
And I know to Jack Baker, the clock is going too fast. For Revis Conrad, it is not going hardly at all.
Foul was called against Joe Smith. That's only his 2nd. Morocco, nothing but net.
And he got one right in the first part of the ball game, Joe Smith did, when he got his first foul.
He was the first player to foul for Maury. And now late in the ball game, he commits the foul, only his 2nd. Morocco Brown, perfect with both free throws. So the Warriors called timeout, and they have been able to build that lead up to a 5-point bulge with 2:09 remaining. Hold on to your seat.
Tim, I see people leaving, and I'm thinking,
can you believe that?
209, 5-point difference is not 15, it's not 12, it's 5, and they're leaving?
That's hard to believe. And it's not like there's 40,000 people here and you got to hurry to miss all the traffic
Well,
either. I
they
mean, there's
must
a
be
big
Booker
crowd.
T fans or something.
Maybe, that's the only thing I can figure. You'd be hard-pressed to get me out of this gym with 2:09 left. The way Maury has played, they're still there. Whoa, my gracious.
We get that. This is the Kecoughtan cheerleading sponsor said, when you put the camera on us during timeout, don't take it off of us. The parents want to see the cheerleaders too. I'm glad we got them on camera. Miss Cobb, I hope you're happy.
The young lady they just launched, she almost touched the flag up there. That's good 15 feet up in the air. More like 20.
A little more than 15.
Well, I'm not real good at those things.
It's 10 to the hoop.
Yep. All right. I'll go with 20. So the Commodores will bring it up now, trailing by 5. Got a couple of players in some foul difficulty. 3-point attempt from Coleman is good. Check that, Johnson rather. Greg Johnson, and Jack Baker calls timeout. And you're looking at a 2-point difference. Boy, that 3 will get you in the game in a hurry.
What a gutsy shot and a nice call by Baker because it worked. Had it not worked, he missed it. Kecoughtan got the rebound. They said, you know, quarterback coaches, Monday morning quarterback coaches said, hey, bad shot.
Now look at that, nothing but. Rattled it around a little bit, but it went down. So just like that 5-point lead is a 2-point lead. And now you've got to bring the ball in against that ever-present trapping defense of the Maury Commodores. 1:58 remaining in the ball game.
Does Gary have the number of timeouts remaining?
Yeah, let me check with Gary and see what timeout situation is. We got 3 remaining for Kecoughtan. Excuse me, timeouts used or left, Gary. Okay, so Kecoughtan has 1 left and Maury has 2. Kecoughtan has 1 left and Maury with 2. You got to look out for that kind of pass. An overplay. Jordan will take it in and got it. Tony Jordan with a big hoop.
Big hoop.
Minute 45, clock moving. Maury down by 4.
Kecoughtan back in there man-to-man.
Commodores want to get it down low to Joe Smith if they can. If not, they'll look for the 3. This is Coleman, and Coleman with a good move draws the foul from Tony Jordan. That's the 2nd on Jordan, and that will be the 7th team foul, but it would have been a 2-shot foul nonetheless. So the Maury Commodores will look for the free throw line expertise. Cliff Coleman, 1 of 2, has not been there in the second half. Cliff Coleman. And he rattles this one in and out. Second one is good from Coleman. It's a 3-point lead for the Warriors. Pass is in. Whoa, what a risky pass that was. Morocco Brown almost had it stolen, gets it back. Tony Jordan, a minute 20. No shot clock. They can take all the time they want. And a 3-point lead for the Warriors. They just soon eat the clock up from this point on. 1:10 remaining. Have to be careful. Jordan penetrates, dishes off to Faisal Abraham, and he tries to pass it inside, and a foul is called on 23, Cliff Coleman. That's his fourth.
What a tough foul because Maury had just intercepted the ball.
Yeah, that was a tremendous timing for Kecoughtan to get that call when they did.
A 1-and-1. Faisal missed his last shot with a 1-and-1, missed the first.
Here's the replay.
Get the first one.
Faisal was going to throw the ball into Ely. There we go on the back of the live action. Abraham hits the free throw. He was going to get it to Ely. You're right. It was intercepted, and had it been a turnover, this ball game was a whole different complexion to it. Faisal now with a chance to build the lead back up to 5. And it rattles in and out. And Ely very wisely lays off for the rebound. From the corner, a three, hit it! Greg Johnson with his second three makes it a 1-point difference.
If you're a coach, you say, no, bad shot, off balance. Great shot.
Can you believe people left?
I don't believe it.
Must have been Booker T. Washington fans. Get a chance to see this one again. Deep in the corner.
Man in his face, off balance.
Yeah, you can't fault the defense because it was good defense on him. He just took it and panned it. That leaves each team with one timeout remaining. 51 seconds remaining. And of course the strategy now will be for the pressing defense to turn the ball over. And of course Kecoughtan's side is to make the foul shots if you're fouled. Who's your player of the game here? Taylor? Who's Taylor? Chris Taylor.
Chris Taylor,
Casey
Brooks, Abraham, Jordan.
I'll worry about a player of the game when this one's over with. Right now,
I'm leaning towards Brooks, but I tell you, it's hard not to talk about Jordan and Abraham and Ely and all of them, you know.
Oh, you're right. That's why that unscientific disclaimer comes in there. This is a big series of plays right here. Jordan looked like he might have been fouled in the backcourt. He wasn't. Jordan now needs to play keep away and does. 42 seconds in for the big man Ely. Ely on Smith, put it up and in!
Wow, what a tough shot.
Rashawn Ely gives the Warriors a 3-point lead. They can't afford to give up the three. Coleman for the three, off the rim, no good. Ely with the board. 20 seconds to go, and Maury's back down the court. I can't believe it. And
that's gotta be an
intentional foul.
Looked like an intentional foul.
Looked like a good tackle from here.
He was going for the ball. All fairness to the official. He reached for the ball, tackled the man.
That'll be 5 on Eugene Williams, his 4th. 16 seconds, and we invite you to stay tuned as Bob will try and get. He's going to try and get across the court at the conclusion of the game. Bob is, and have some words, so we'll get our director to turn the mic on, Bob. But it's not over with yet. 3-point lead. Jordan with big free throws. No good. Tip is no good and controlled by the Commodores. 3-point attempt off. Oh, what an acting job. Greg Johnson, who has hit 2 threes, will now have a chance with 6 seconds remaining. Here you go. Let's watch this again. Got a lot of the ball.
This is one of the things that we talked about earlier in the season. You foul the shooter in the three-pointer, he gets 3 foul shots.
The officials here trying to get the fans to back off the court. This game is not over by any means. Greg Johnson now will be at the free throw line, and he'll have 3 shots with a 3-point deficit. He can tie the game. Boy, you talk about tough pressure, though.
He's scared of the pressure. All the pressure on you, Bob. All the pressure on you.
This is the first. You got to be real careful not. You got to be real careful because if he makes 2 of these and then you foul him, then he's back on the free throw line. So there's big what ifs here. This is the second. And he connects. was 6 seconds. I have no idea who made the basket. There were 6 seconds remaining, and the ball was thrown in, but the clock does not start until the ball is touched inbounds. So, folks, we got overtime. Shot was put up and missed.
I didn't see who threw the ball in, but that
was on the rebound.
That's unbelievable. Maury just dodged a huge, huge bullet.
And they can't get this game restarted until they get these fans off the floor. I don't know what these people are thinking. We'll see it again. We can make out who gets the basket here on the replay. See, Jordan had a great idea. He throws it down the court, but his own team doesn't touch it. Now the clock only starts now. 4, 3, 2. You can't see the clock in your picture, but the rebound is stuck back in as the buzzer sounded. And I believe that was Taurus Jones, number 30, who got the stick back. So until they get the fans off the court, they won't be able to restart this game.
And we will start it by a jump ball.
So the Warriors should have won this game, in my opinion, Bob. They really had the game locked up. And Maury, to their credit, just would not give it up.
They didn't quit, you're right.
It would be appreciated if they could get the fans in the place to get off the court so this game could continue. Morocco Brown hits. So we're overtime, 3-minute overtime. The same rules apply. Of course, you get none of your fouls taken away from you.
But you get one more timeout.
You get one more timeout added, so each team has 2. Shot is short and hustled down by Taurus Harmon. And lost out of bounds by Maury, I believe.
It's Kecoughtan's ball. I'm not sure of the call, whether he stepped out of bounds or he traveled or what.
2:27 remaining in overtime. Inside pass was intercepted. Good anticipation by Coleman. And Chris Taylor knocks it out of bounds for Kecoughtan.
Boy has come up with every loose ball tonight, Tim, it seems like.
Smith has a shot blocked, and he commits the foul. That'll be 3 on Joe Smith. Jack Baker trying to get the officials to agree with his call that he was fouled on the way up. Jack trying to work the officials, but the official says no. So what do you think about these people that left with 2 minutes to go?
I would have to think that they need to check their sports IQ. It ain't over until it's over.
Boy, isn't that the
As
truth?
Yogi Berra used to
And
say.
even then, with 6 seconds left, it looked like it was over, and it wasn't over. Faisal Abraham with a free throw, giving Kecoughtan a 3-point lead with 2:02 remaining in overtime. Sure could use some water. I got cotton mouth after this one. Boy, this is exciting.
It is that.
Winner advances to the finals against Booker T. Washington. The loser goes home. Warriors up by 4. This man with the ball, Johnson, has really hurt the Warriors. 2 threes late in the game brought the Maury Commodores back into it. He did miss on 2 of his 3 attempts at the free throw. There's traveling. Good call by Mr. Ron.
Yes, it was. Kecoughtan needs to get the ball in, spread it out a little bit, take some time off the clock.
Got a man open. Morocco Brown didn't see him, but that's left by Abraham.
Whoa! That's why you follow a shot even though it looks like it's a layup.
Foul charge to Chris Taylor. That'll be his third.
See, if you kick a 10, you don't want a foul because you stop the clock and you give the other team a chance to score with the clock stopped.
Both teams over the limit, so the bonus is in vogue. At the free throw line is Greg Johnson, who missed those big free throws a short while ago. Johnson hits this one. Had to have it to get the bonus. Maury down by 5. When we talk about a scrappy team, they just don't give up. And Johnson hits both free throws. Tony Jordan now double teamed and throws the ball away. 4-point lead, but Maury's got the ball.
I can't understand these fans standing on the side of the court.
Well, if your shot is obscured at all, we apologize for it. The fans here are standing to see. Connect the shot. Taurus Jones makes it 2. Sean Ely, we're down to 1 minute. Abraham to Ely. Ely's got to be careful. He's got a man open. This is Jordan. Jordan will go in, feed it to Taylor, and Taylor is fouled. Now Taylor
That's
has
not a
to
bad
make the
foul,
free.
Tim.
No, it
but
wasn't.
it's a 2-shot foul. If Taylor can make them both, then that's 2 possessions that the Maury Commodores need.
There's ever been a case of it ain't over till it's over. This game is truly it.
Sure is that different than that first quarter.
Taylor will get 2 shots, and he'll need both as he misses the first. Davis Conrad looking on as his team fights to get into the finals. Taylor throws up an air ball, so Taylor ends up being a good man to foul. So now with 53 seconds to go, the Commodores can bring the ball down and tie it or go ahead with a 3. There was a travel and didn't call it. He picked up his pivot foot. Right in front of Ron Fowler, Bob. The man stopped, picked up his pivot foot, and didn't call the travel. Bob pass in. Inbounds. This is Johnson. Johnson pushed off. Didn't get a call. Chris Taylor knocked it away, but it comes to a Maury player. And now it's finally loose on the floor. Joe Smith gives off. Fake, fake, fake. Put it up and in. Taurus Jones, who got the tying bucket, ties the game at 59 in overtime. Tony Jordan lobs it in for Ely. Kick it back out. 13 seconds, 10 seconds. Tony Jordan, who made the winning basket against Hampton in the tournament. Ely scores! And a timeout before the shot.
But the timeout was called on the other end, and I think there's 2 seconds on the clock. I don't know.
They'll probably give it to him at half court. Vershawn Ely, there you see the score in overtime. Kecoughtan with 1 second remaining on the clock. Now they may put another second back on the clock. I'm not.
If they put on any, it can only be 1.
Yeah, they didn't put any on, I don't believe. 1 timeout remaining for Maury. Now I think they're going to make them take it out at 3/4 court. Who's our player of the game? The whole Kecoughtan team.
I tell you. Well, let's go with Macy Brooks. I think he's done a good job all night. And any 5 of the starters, or the 6 people that are, any of them could have got it tonight.
All right, hold on to your seat, folks, because you got to remember now, if a desperation shot goes up and it's from a 3-point range, Maury wins. So you've got to keep that in mind. They have to inbounds the ball, and they will not get it in the forecourt. They have to do it at 3/4 court. 17 points for Vershawn Ely. Vershawn is, well, he's my player of the game, but I'll go along with you, but with Macy.
They don't want any foul.
Joe Smith throws it up. No good. just glanced off the board, and that is your ball game.
Make sure my thing's on.
In overtime, Joe Smith threw up a desperation shot as the buzzer sounded, and it just glanced off the board and missed the basket. So the Kecoughtan Warriors fight all the way down to the last shot to pull out a hard-fought victory, 61-59 over the Maury Commodores. Bob has gone in quest of a coach or a player to talk to. Right now, the Warriors have got to be taking real deep breaths and trying to get the oxygen back into their system because they had a major scare from a scrappy, very game Maury Commodore team. Boy, I'll tell you, they gave it all Kecoughtan won.
Hey, Tim, I got Richard Hall, assistant coach for the Warriors, because Revis Conrad is busy talking to somebody else. Richard, different ball game from the first quarter, but your Kecoughtan come back tough.
Yes, we did. We came back tough. Coach Revis Conrad motivated them at halftime. We came out and played our game at the second half.
I tell you, you got to be pleased because you had some mental lapses to go into overtime, but you guys played tough, very aggressive defensively.
Right, that's correct. We played strong down the stretch when we made our free throws, and we got a few turnovers there that won the game for us.
Well, good enough. Well, listen, congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Okay, good enough. Tim, let's go back over to you. I'll try to get Revis.
All right, and we will continue to try and catch up with head coach Revis Conrad. Real quickly, running down some of the scoring for you unofficially. Rashawn Ely had 7 points at halftime, and he added 9 for a total of 16 on the game. Faisal Abraham with a couple of monstrous jams in the second half. He added 6 points to his halftime total of 6. A good even ball game for Faisal, but his defense was even more superior than his offense. He had some tremendous blocks, played under control, and really played the defense that the Warriors had to have when they had to have it. For the Commodores, Joe Smith, Mr. Silky Smooth Joe Smith, had 15 points at halftime. He was held pretty well in check with a total of 8 in the second half, 23 on the night unofficially. But Joe Smith, a big force for the Maury Commodores, couldn't do it all by himself. And he got help from Greg Johnson late in the ball game. Johnson hit 2 threes when the Maury Commodores needed the points to get back in the ball game. And finishing the game, Greg Johnson had 6, 10, 14 points altogether. Only got a couple of minutes remaining as Bob.
Yeah, Tim, well, go ahead and wrap it up. Revis is busy talking with some reporters, and I'm not going to interrupt him.
Maybe he's talking with Mike Keach, my good associate. He told me not to call him his friend from the Daily Press. Okay, that's going to do it. The final score again, the Kecoughtan Warriors win the semifinals by the score of 61-59 in overtime over the Maury Commodores. They will advance to the final game Saturday night here at Churchland High School against the Booker T. Washington Bookers for the championships. This is Tim Cole for Bob Hitz. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.